Hi, and today we're looking at solving multi-step equations when we have fractions and brackets on the side. So we've almost built up to our hardest thing, but what we're going to have to do is get rid of our denominator first, then we'll start expanding our bracket. So very first thing, to get rid of that denominator, well, we have to times by it on both sides. So whatever your denominator is, we're timesing on it. That way it'll vanish on our left. Let's rewrite our equation. So 2x plus 3, and this is equal to 40. So that's actually quite manageable, so we know we can just expand into our bracket to simplify even further. So here we get 2x plus 6 is equal to 40, and that's something we've dealt with a lot. Isolate our x's and our variable or numbers, and I'm actually going to just put it up here, our what we're at so far, because I ran out of room. So 2x equals 34. Last step, if that's 2x, we want 1x, so divide by our coefficient outside of our x term, and so we're going to get x equals 17. Okay. So next one, once again, just multiply by our denominator. So times by 4, times by 4. And let's rewrite this. So here we're going to have 3x minus 3 equals 4x. Okay. Now, let's multiply in. So we're going to be left with 3x minus 9 equals 4x. This time, instead of actually moving over the number right to the right and then moving our variable left, I'm just going to move our 3x over. So this is where I said it kind of always follows a process, but you can do little things like that to save yourself doing an extra step. So on our left side, we're left with minus 9. On our right side, we're left with x. So it actually solved it in that one step as well. And then lastly, what happens when we have our bracket in the bottom? Really nothing at all. Still multiplying by that denominator. So just because I have to multiply by a bracket, that doesn't change. Because that whole x minus 2 will cancel out with the x minus 2 in the bottom. And on the right, we have this x minus 2. So we've pretty much just gotten rid of the bracket on the left, but then created it back on the right. So 2x equals 5 bracket x minus 2. Then we can expand into our bracket. So we get 5x, and that's minus 10. So here, let's move this 5x over, because then we'll isolate our variables and our numbers to opposites or different sides. And we'll be left with, well, 2 minus 5 is negative 3x. And on our right, we have minus 10. So we can divide both sides by our coefficient of minus 3. And at the end, we'll be left with x equals negative 10 over 3, or negative 3.3 recurring.